You guys, my guest today is one of the most, if not the most famous singer.
Hey, no.
Hey,
no,
yes,
no.
for me, yes,
No,
you are.
you always say this, and I wanted to say, I just came to this podcast to say this is not entirely true. Yes.
But you always say to your friends that I'm the best poker player in the world. This is not true.
One of the best. No, I said one of the best.
Okay, you are one of the best
No,
singer
I'm one of.
in Romania, in Moldova, and now you become worldwide because of one guy, Steve Aoki. But that we were gonna speak right after. Irina Rimes, welcome.
Thank you.
Bună, ce faci?
Bună, foarte bine. Tu ce faci?
Bine, mulțumesc.
Și?
Sunt
Eu
cel mai frumos. C'est tout ce que je chante en roumain.
You just said I'm the most beautiful in Romanian.
Thank you. By the way, we are in Bucharest, in your town. That's where you live, and that's where you work a lot, right? Because you are, since 5 seasons, the 5 or 6 season?
The Voice?
Yeah.
This is the 5th season.
This is the 5th?
Yes.
The jury, one of the members, you know, like this big TV show called The Voice, where you have like a specialist in music that pick up the new talent of that.
I think they know it's going on for already 12 years. I think they.
Yeah, but people like me that don't watch TV for 15 years.
You didn't know?
No,
The
I
Voice?
watched on YouTube.
But you knew that
I knew
it
kind
exists.
of, but I never
Yeah.
watched on TV. And we are a lot like me, nerd on the internet. And she's basically the jury, one of the 4. You guys are 4?
Yes,
On
5.
the
In
5.
Romania, we're 5, but there are 4 chairs.
4 chairs.
Yes, 4 teams.
4 teams.
Yeah.
And you try to build the team of tomorrow, of the singer of tomorrow here in Romania, in La Voce Romana, that's how it's called. It's on the main channel, right? In the TV here? On the main channel, right? TV tape?
It's one of the most popular.
One of the most popular. And this show, you now in the 5th season. I want to speak about your accomplishment because sometimes people just join the podcast. They don't know who we have.
Okay, so I have to present myself.
Present yourself, but in a way where people think, okay, she did that. Speak about numbers, like how many people.
Numbers.
Numbers. How many people in front of you?
Okay.
In a biggest concert.
Hi, my name is Irina Rimes. I am a singer from Romania. I think I am one of the most famous. I started singing from childhood, but I had success 8 years ago, when I made a song that is called Visele, and I think it was a right song in the right time, so it took off on the radios like that, and after that everything I did, like music, went really well for me, and all the albums that I released and all the music that I released was a success, and I am one foot in the mainstream, the other foot in the urban music, and this is why I feel lucky. And 5 years ago I joined, not 5 because we had pandemic, and with pandemic 2 years they went like that. We don't know what happened with them. I think 6 years ago, I joined the jury of The Voice, and I think being the jury in The Voice tells a lot, because here you cannot, if you are in the jury, you're basically at the top. Yes, and also I want to say sorry for my English, because I had a really good English.
No, you have.
Long time ago, before I started to speak French. I don't know what happened, but when I started to, I think it's a French thing, because French, they don't.
I think it's because you connect your foreign language to French, because that's the main foreign language you speak. Because on a daily basis you speak with David in French.
I speak more French than Romanian.
Yes, so that's why your mind, when it's like me with Italian. So I used to live in Italy. My second language, if I wanted to speak in English with people, I couldn't Italian was coming. And when you want to speak English, French is coming. And that's normal because French is so she speaks all the languages. She's very modest. She speaks Russian because she's Moldovan. And in Moldova, you guys speak Romanian and Russian for people who don't know. So she speaks Russian, she speaks English, she speaks French, fluently French. I can guarantee you that. And Romanian, of course. That's very good. Those are like very important languages, especially like Russian, English, French are very useful. Romanian can be useful actually, but for you it's amazing.
In any cases, I know the language.
You know the languages. And I bet you understand a bit of
If
Italian.
If America wins, I know the language. If Russia wins, I know the language. Of course, it's a joke, but...
You are very modest, but you also made a lot of tour in Romania and in Moldova for your concerts. So like everybody wants you on their stage. What is the biggest stage you had a concert on?
I think the biggest stage was one time at Forța Zoo. Forța Zoo is a concert where all the artists are invited. So it's a concert made by a local radio.
Okay.
And they gather all the
It's in Moldova?
stars. No, it's in Romania.
In Romania.
And they gather all the stars and they do it for free. So the concert is for free. They do it in...
Someone will translate on the screen, no
Yes.
worries. Yeah.
Please do that. So in different cities, this year it will be at Baia Mare, very far away. But once it was Iași, and I think we had 100,000 people.
Wow. So you were singing in front of 100,000 people.
Yeah.
That's something. You did so many tours. I follow some of the concert because I went. So I'm gonna explain right away how I know Irina. So I know Irina now 3 years, maybe 2, 3.
So my boyfriend, he's French. And they live together. Johan and my boyfriend, they live together.
Didn't really live together.
This
but
is what David told me.
Nah, I spent a bit of days in his apartment when I was playing poker and I was in Paris because I didn't have an apartment anymore. I was living in Sardinia, I think, at that time. So when I was going to Paris, some days I stayed at David's place. But David is one of my good friends for like 17 years.
Yeah.
And it's the boyfriend of Irina. It happens to be the boyfriend of Irina for like 4 or 5?
No, 3 years.
3 years. I don't know why.
Maybe
I
this
always
year is
think
the
that
fourth,
you guys
but
are like 5 years
I'm not
together.
counting anymore.
No.
Yeah.
It feels like you are forever together, though. The way, because you guys travel together, you guys do everything together. You guys
We do music together.
and that's very, very. That's something becoming very big now internationally with Dudadu. We're gonna speak about that again later. But I want to connect my audience with how I know you. So through David, which we had on the previous podcast. The link is in the description below if you want to know more about David. His artist name is Goldcher, which is his last name. So Goldcher interview is a DJ, he's a producer of music, he's an artist. I know him since 17 years. He was already an artist before, and he made his way to where he is now because he loves music, and that's why he's still here in music industry, and he found someone that loves music too, which is you. You guys meet each other in Paris.
Yeah.
Because at that time you were interested in the French culture, I think the French language.
Well, at some point in my life, I wanted to do music in French because, first of all, because I learned French. No, because I love French, and then I learned French.
In Romania, you were learning
Yes,
French.
I learned
with a
it
teacher.
in the pandemic.
Yeah.
I was all by myself in the pandemic in the apartment, and I had to choose. I said to myself, okay, so this is the free time I always wanted to learn something. So I had to choose between history, physics, French, and piano. And I chose French, and I took some lessons with a very, very nice teacher. This teacher was 22 years old. I knew it after I finished the
course.
Yes, so he was that good that he taught me speak French in 6 months. So then I met David because I wanted to do music in French, and I felt in Romania I felt that I don't know what to do in music. I was in a point where I didn't know what to do. So I wanted to start something new, and I needed at some point I needed this moment to take it from zero, to feel the beginnings. And I started to make music in French, and this is how I met with David in the studio in Paris.
In Paris. At that point, you were already fluent in French?
Not fluent, but I was speaking already.
Ouais, tu parlais déjà.
Yeah, je parlais déjà.
Ouais.
Mais je parlais pas si bien.
Ouais.
Là, je connais.
Now, when I speak with her now, we always speak in French, but for that exercise, for the podcast, for everybody to understand us, we decide to make it in English. But for us, it's not natural to speak in English. We never speak in English.
No,
we always speak in French.
Unnatural.
It's very unnatural.
So a big effort. Now
yeah, it's a big effort for me too.
My brains now are like 70 degrees.
But I think since a few months, you are more into English than you ever been. That's what I feel. When you guys speak, you speak way more. You had to because of...
Yeah, I had to because I had to prepare for the meeting with Steve Aoki.
Yeah.
So...
Steve Aoki met you.
I didn't want to be embarrassed, so
He explained on the stage of Untold. So Steve Aoki, one of the most famous DJ in the world, explained on Untold, one of the biggest festivals in the world, which is in Romania area. In Cluj. It's the third biggest...
festival in the world.
In the world. So we have like Tomorrowland, probably something else, EDC, and then Untold. 4 days in a row, artists like David Guetta, Armin van Buuren, Steve Aoki, Martin Garrix. So basically, like everybody, Imagine Dragons, Lenny Kravitz, all those artists came to Romania to sing on the main stage of Untold. And one of the artists that sing since few years now on the main stage of Untold is Irina Rimes that you have in front of you. And I have the chance since 2 years to go with them to watch her concerts in Untold. It's always a special moment. And this year was even more special. Why? Because Steve Aoki explained on stage that he came to Romania, he entered a taxi, he said to the taxi driver, "Please play me a Romanian song." Guy is interested in the country he's in. He wants to understand the music in this country. What the taxi play? He played Irina Rimes, Dudadu. Steve Aoki fell in love with the song.
So I owe my chance to the taxi driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should ask the number of this guy. Definitely, he's the best promoter.
Thank you.
He's a very good promoter. Yeah. And basically, Aoki was mind-blowing by the song. He asked him to repeat the song and to repeat the song and to play it again. That's what he explained on main stage. And what he did, he decided to contact the artist of this song. He decided to contact you on Instagram. Did he DM you? DM?
Yes.
He slid in your DM?
Yes.
Wow.
So basically, we were already very excited because some days ago, we had a very big surprise. Enemy played the song at Gaia Party.
Kind of music DJ called Enemy.
Yeah. And we knew at that point, we knew that the song is big, and if Enemy likes this, it means that it can be international. But we never knew. In fact, it's, you know, when you know, but you cannot know for real. You know in your heart that something is big. Thank you. But you cannot say it because maybe you're wrong, or maybe you are subjective about your music or your work.
Because it's yours.
Yeah, because it's yours. So when Enmeet played it, we were already excited, and we knew that DJs from all the world, they will see that Enmeet played it, and they will try to find the song and play in their sets. So we were receiving every weekend, we were receiving tags on Instagram from all over the world.
Other DJs playing the song.
Yeah, playing the remix of David Goldcher, because when we did the song, I did the song with my guitarist Andrei Comaroni, and then David made Goldcher made an Afro House remix. So this was the remix played by me.
The remix is called Dudadu Flip.
Yes, and taken by all the DJs.
Yeah.
And then we went in Rome because we had this crazy weeks when we were really We didn't sleep
Overwhelmed.
we didn't sleep from excitement that we had. We didn't sleep also because we were waiting for tags on Instagram to see where else the
Who's
song
gonna
will-
play next? Because
yeah.
Enmi decided to play it in Barcelona also, your song. He decided to play it in another place.
They played it more times. So yeah,
And then in Tomorrowland.
yeah.
They played it on the main
when they
stage
did
on
that
Tomorrowland.
it explodes. My Instagram explodes.
Of course. The whole crew of Kind of Music playing your song, a Goldcher song, like the same song, like the Dudadu flip on the main stage.
Yeah. No, it was not. Kind of Music didn't play it on main stage yet.
did?
No, it was another DJ. I will tell.
No, that's in Istanbul. In Tomorrowland, Kind of Music played it.
Yes, but not on main stage.
No?
No, they had their stage because they played on main stage 2 days later.
Ah,
On main stage
it was not on main
played
stage.
by Tiesto.
By Tiesto on main stage.
Yes, but before Tiesto, we were in Rome because we took a day off and
All
we
right.
went in Rome. All day we did bicycles and promenade in Rome, and le soir.
On the evening.
In the evening, we went to the Airbnb, and I opened my phone, and I see a message from Steve Aoki. Hi, I like very much your song Dudadu. I wanna remix it.
Wow. You think, is it a prank? Is it a fake account? You check. No, it's the account with tens of millions of followers. It has to be the real account of Steve Aoki.
So we screamed.
Ah, yeah, David and you.
David opened the la fenêtre,
The window.
the window, and he screamed
No
in
way.
the window.
I can
Yeah.
see David doing that. This is a David thing. I can see.
So then we had to come down from this. Imagine,
Yeah, of course.
and then I think même pas 3. No, I think next day or maybe we hear somebody sends me stories the Tiesto putting my music, putting Dudadu in his. You know when you add some music in a story.
Yeah, he definitely
So-
choose the music from Instagram to
Yeah,
put
yeah.
it to
He
illustrate his
put
story.
random things with his kids and wife, and
And a dinosaurus, I remember.
yeah, and then next day he puts another one with the same song, and another one, and me and David were like, he really likes the song.
Yeah,
If
it's
he
not
did-
random at
yeah.
this point. When he puts 3 times in his story your song,
Yeah, it means that
for
he
now
really.
he didn't play it. That's where it's crazy. But then a few days later,
And a few days later, he plays it on the main stage of Tomorrowland, and everybody goes crazy.
that was insane. That was on fucking main stage. And I can remember the face of Tiesto singing Dudadu, but a bit shy. Like he was like, but he's happy. You can see he's like with his finger, he's super happy. You can see, of course, it's not his team that bring the song and say, okay, play this. Of course not. He appropriate himself already the song. You can see it when you see his face. He knows the song so good. He loves it, and he's singing it a little bit when he played it. So you made Tiesto fall for your song. You made Steve Aoki fall for your song. You made Kind of Music fall for your
and then
song.
Steve Aoki played it on main stage too at
In
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland, yeah.
And that was crazy, knowing
So the
that your
lyrics of Steve
song.
Aoki is very strong. It's really
Yeah.
different. Actually,
It's
now
very
that I
different.
listened it more than 10 times, I start to really like it because it brings another vibe that is very aggressive vibe, but I really like it because it's BPM maybe 145 or something for people
Yeah,
who
yeah,
knows.
yeah.
But it's really different. And when
It's
on the main
appropriate
stage of
for rave parties.
Yes,
Yeah.
but on the main stage of Untold, when he invites you, because Aoki invite her to sing her own song on the main stage while he was playing it, okay? So she came with it was the Romanian flag or Moldovan?
Yes.
Oh, Romanian.
It's the same, it's just the-
It's just there is
yeah.
a little difference. You came on stage with the flag, and you run everywhere. And I was trying to run after you to film because I wanted to keep that moment for me in the phone because this is history. You are like a Romanian singer, Moldovan singer that is famous in Romania and Moldova. A bit in France, people know you. You have like some songs in French, and step by step, people start to know you in France. But now we are speaking about a DJ that is like internationally famous that say this is the shit. Irina Rimes is the shit. We need to listen Irina Rimes. Boom. He puts you on the stage. You run everywhere. You are Romania. I love when you do that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's just a history at that moment. And Untold. So that happened. You continue to sing Dudadu in your concerts, so that's your version, which is the original version.
You know what's odd about Dudadu?
Yeah.
It seems like a very simple song, but
It's not.
yes, it's not. But it's really hard for me to sing it.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem like that because it doesn't have high notes. You know, I have songs that are way more complicated
Is it
to
the
sing.
syllabs?
I don't know why, but
The order
Dudadu
of the
is
syllab?
the what?
The order of the syllabs? Maybe you should change to Daduda?
I don't know. I think maybe it's a thing of do because of the la voyelle. I don't know how to say vocala.
Yeah.
U, it's hard to sing and to keep the perfect pitch. And this is one of the hardest. This is one of the hardest, if not the hardest song
That you had to sing?
to sing. Yeah, for me.
You wrote it, right?
Yeah.
Because in that song there is like all a passage in Romanian.
Yeah.
And that's where it's crazy even more. It's even more crazy because all the Romanians that happen to be in Tomorrowland or in any of those locations where DJs play start taking their phone out when Dudadu play. It's Romanian. It's really rare to hear a Romanian song.
I feel really grateful.
Yeah.
Not because my song was taken by famous DJs,
Not only
remixed.
that. Yeah.
I feel grateful that they took a Romanian song.
That's amazing. I feel it's very big
a
because
a
it's so rare.
Romanian inspired by the Romanian folklore.
Folklore.
Yeah,
Because
and
that's
this
what
is more.
Dudadu is. It's your style. It's folklore. When you do Yelele, which is one of
Yeah.
her, it's my favorite song probably overall from her. I mean, it's so insanely folkloric and it's so insanely new to our ears, especially when we are listening from
For us,
abroad.
it's old because it's folklore.
But for you, it's
Yeah.
like part of the nation, kind of, and it's represented now in the higher sphere of the electro world. It doesn't match together initially in our head, but yeah, it does match super good actually. That's why it's crazy. And yeah, I think that's your touch. You find, I mean, it was already your touch, but they accept you as you are and they spread you now. With dire codes like Afro House, blah, 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 but they spread you.
Yeah.
And that's good because you don't have to make an effort. They make an effort for them to adapt to you, I think. Because they have to add some, like for example, Tiesto will have to add some beats, boom, because it's Tiesto. Aoki will add other thing.
It's really nice that they are really different. The Afro House remix is Afro House.
Yeah.
The Tiesto remix is more testosterone. Yeah.
Testosterone, like you said. Yeah.
And the Aoki is in the style of Aoki.
Yeah.
It's the BPM is higher, and it's really nice to see how a folkloric song, or let's not say folkloric because it's not taken from folklore, it's inspired by the folklore. It's really nice to see how a song like that inspires others, those who never heard Romanian folklore, to melange it with their own style.
Yeah, to mix it with their own style. So most of my followers maybe know you through Dudadu because I keep spreading it on my Instagram stories. However, you didn't come from one song that got lucky. You came from a long career that starts with Visele, like you said. You still play it in your concert and it's the intro?
Yeah, it's the intro. I always play it.
I love
yeah.
it actually. Yeah, it's the intro. By the way, Tiny Trumpet remix Visele somehow in Untold. We were just chilling on the sofas, and now she hear her song. Somehow it's 3 a.m. and she starts running, and I don't understand what happened, but I didn't hear your song, and I ran after you.
we were preparing to leave to the hotel.
The festival,
and
yeah.
then we were in the backstage, and the backstage is really it's nice. It's a big room with food and people going around, serving people and coaches and chairs and blah blah blah.
You don't even
and
pay
also
attention to
music
the-
and
yeah.
TVs.
Yeah.
You see the main stage and
On
you
TV.
hear the main stage in the speakers. So I hear Visele and I'm like, oh, somebody wants to make a joke. Somebody saw me here and wants to make a joke and put Visele on the speakers.
You thought like this, okay.
Yeah. And I laughed and I said, who did that? And then I look and then I see someone, Timmy Trumpet is on the main stage. And then I realize it's not a joke. And he's playing on the main stage my song. So
That's crazy.
I run outside. I run in the public and I see a girl with a phone and I say to her, do you have battery? Yes, film this. And then I put the phone in her hands and she filmed me how I'm going crazy.
We kept that souvenir. It's like another artist, international one, that decide that you have something for electro. Like there is something with your songs that added to electro give something unique that I never hear. It's really, really, really good. Even this new Padure.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a Goldcher remix. The one that I played yesterday.
Yes.
It's insane. I mean, it goes so good with
it's
electro.
Romanian folklore.
I love it.
It works
It definitely
with
works.
electro music.
You came from a hard working career where you basically made songs that probably don't get listened at the beginning at some point, and some of them got listened by all Romania. So how was it? Was it some struggle at some point at the beginning, or?
I don't know how to say, because sometimes I go back and I think, was it a struggle or no? Is it a struggle and I was really powerful, or it's not that much of a struggle?
Mm-hmm.
Because you are asking yourself, is it you or is it the universe?
Okay.
And I don't have the answer to that yet. But I am sure for one thing. If you come in the right place with the right music at the right moment, everything happens for you. If you don't have this vision, because you really need to have a vision for this. If you don't need to, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have taste, I mean, if your taste doesn't match the period you're making music or the public you're making music for, you'll not succeed. It's a multitude of factors. It's not just one thing. It's never enough to be talented. It's never enough to be smart. You have to have all of those things to make it work. Because I know a lot of people that are talented, they sing way better than me. They sing insanely better. I meet these kind of people every season at The Voice, and they don't succeed. Why? Because they don't know and they don't understand that music is a business. But it's a business with a lot of nuances. I don't know how to say.
Nuances. You need to be polyvalent. You cannot just be a super voice.
No, it's not enough.
It's not enough.
To be talented is not enough.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
It's a business, and to become one of the best in the business, you need to have multiple of qualities and multiple of. You need to work on multiple aspects of your product. It's a product.
Yeah, it's
you
a
are
product.
a product. I mean, you are this product that is packaged to a public. However, what I like with you compared to many products in marketing and in music industry is your product is really authentic, because I know you in real life and like you are really the same, and that's really rare because I also know successful people in other industries, and they have to, and there is no problem with that, but they have to sides, and even me, I have two sides. I don't think I'm the same when I'm in the real life. I think I have many things that are similar, but I don't think I'm totally the same. However, you are really, really similar to what you are in real life, which makes people understand that you are authentic. So they kind of get attached to you very quick because we know authenticity. We can tell when someone is faking or when someone is doing too much, for example. And we can tell with you it's quite authentic.
Well, I always thought that if you lie, you have to remember your lies because because you lie again. You will have to lie again.
You will not
so
be coherent,
yeah, and because my memory is really bad, I choose not to lie.
It's quite easier actually to be yourself, and you will succeed way more. Usually why people are not themselves is because they think themselves is not enough for success, and it's not the case. People like the personality of people.
They might be right that being yourself is not enough, but you have to work on yourself. You have to learn constantly. You have to improve yourself.
Exactly.
You have to grow yourself.
And then you become the better version of yourself. And that version is very sexy to the people. That's one way to succeed. I will speak about Ina because I think that's the person that comes in mind when I was thinking back in the days before knowing you about a famous Romanian singer.
Yeah.
So I used to not know your country. I discovered your country in 2019. I came for a poker tournament that was in Grand Hotel Bucharest. Still exists, this hotel. It has another name, I think, now. Next to an university. I came... The poker tournament was small, but it was more to discover new countries. So before that, I made a trip to Tallinn in Estonia for another poker tournament. Same thing, quite small. It was more because I thought, okay, I have the chance to be a poker player, to travel the world. Why not use that chance to also explore new countries? Because it's cool to go every year in Vegas since 10 years for 3 months, but you can in Barcelona again and Monaco again, but it's always same destination, same thing, same experience. Why not use now my travel power, my financial freedom to also discover a new country and play at the same time? Why not, even if it's small? Came to Romania, I was like, wow, this country has a lot to offer. It's really, really good. It's different than what I know. At that point, David was not with you, so it was 5 years ago. But then later on, he called me, say, okay, I'm with a Romanian woman now. I said, oh, okay, nice. She's a singer. She's very famous in Romania.
Is it Ina? You thought it is Ina?
Yeah, probably. I told him that, probably. No, but, and then I think I saw also in his stories, I saw your profile in his stories. She looks nice. She's always smiley, always nice. She's fun with your French cute accent and everything. But at that point, I was like, okay, who is Romanian artist that I know that is famous worldwide? Only Ina. There is no one else I know. Ina, quite good music. There was like a lot of hit back in the days. I think it went viral everywhere. Do you have a relation with her in terms of friendship?
Yeah.
You friend? You also did somehow you guys work together, or it's just two different paths and that's it?
No, we are friends. Sometimes we don't go out that often, but if, for example, we are somewhere and we are together there. For example, we had some campaigns for H&M and we went together. Yeah. And we went out.
Nice.
Yeah, sometimes she's sending me gifts and I like very much that because she kind of know me and she know what I like to wear. And everything she sends me, I wear years and years. I had this suit from her. I don't know the mark. I already forgot. But she sent me that 5 years ago, I think, and I'm still wearing it. Yeah, she's a really nice person, and I admire her very much because she's hardworking. But not hardworking, I mean, from the point of view of an artist, like she doesn't do what I do. She doesn't spend days and nights in the studio. She's smart. And she knows how to do her work. She knows the business, and she's smart, and she knows what she wants to tell to the people. She knows what she wants to transmit.
Transmettre. I don't have the
her
translation.
Public.
Yeah.
And she is successful since the beginning. She had the success because I saw an article somewhere. I don't know. I think a French vlogger made the material, something about the artists that were one-shot artists. They did a really big song and then they got forgotten. And he made an article about Ina, and he said she is there. She has always been there, and she has
multiple hits, and sometimes there are 5 years difference, if I remember correctly.
Not really. She had 2 big hits.
Sun Is Up.
Yeah, but that was back in the days.
Yeah.
But nowadays, for example, I heard her on Energy in France. Multiple times, like a lot of times, recently with at least 2 songs.
Energy is the biggest radio in France.
Yeah,
right now.
And when I go to into Europe, I hear her songs on the radios. Yeah, so she's still famous. She have shows everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
She's really famous in Mexico, and she goes there really often. And she does Europe tours. She's really famous in Turkey. I think she has every month.
Big public in Turkey.
Yeah.
It's called Eurodance, what she does, or how it's called? It's like it's
Eurodance.
I think.
Yeah. Stop, my English is so
Your
bad.
English is so good. Stop being harsh on yourself.
It's okay. I think people will understand.
Perfectionist, yeah. They understand me, they understand you then. So, thumbs up if you understand Irina on YouTube. I want a ton of thumbs up on this episode. So, Irina, what is now the next step for you? Because electro music adopt you. I don't know. What is the next step? Is there like a bigger thing you want? Is there a different thing you want?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Yes, and in fact, I am waiting with a lot of impatience. No, how to say?
Yeah, impatience.
I'm looking forward for the moment when Tiesto will release his remix with Goldcher also, because I think it will be a new boost to the song, and I want to see what happens then, because we had a really great boost with the Steve Aoki remix, and now in Romania I feel that everybody is talking about it, and I'm really grateful that it works really well for my album, because this song Dudadu comes from an album which is called Origini, and for this album we even made a new show that we will play at Arenele Romane. It's a big venue, the 28th September. So it's a really big thing for us from the point of view of the live production and also music production, because we want to promote the album and the show. So we made this Origin, and now I think we want to make Origin 2.
Wow.
Origin 2, but we want to do it even more electronic, because the first Origin, I invite you to go to Spotify and to the platforms.
In France, to download the album. It's I listen it in every flight that I have. It's just super good. Dudadu is on it. It's different. It's more traditional.
Déjà.
Yeah,
already. The first Origin is different from
what we did before.
From what I did before, and from what is folkloric music. For what folkloric music means for Romania.
Yeah,
it's I think it's a nice melange, and we found this nice mix, and we will use it. We will continue to use it, because it's a territory to explore.
Yeah, and it's you.
And it's not like we did everything. we didn't do everything yet. There are so many things to do.
So many things to do. So more electronic from Origin 2. That's going to be one of the...
Yeah, I think Origin 2 is on its way, but we didn't do any music yet for Origin 2, but we will do it after. It's too soon now because I just released the first Origin. I released it in July.
Yeah.
And we will leave people to process it, to listen to it, and maybe next year in the springtime we will make Origin 2, Origin 2 with even and we will even go deeper in the electronic music.
And when she say we, it's because it's really we. She has a really, really good crew that I travel with when I go to their concert, composed by the two brothers Komaroni.
Yeah, my guitarist, they are brothers. It's Andrei Komaroni and Cristi Komaroni. And then my drummer is Bucharest, who
amazing.
Yeah, he's an amazing drummer.
Yeah,
and he always does the production, the live production, everything that's production and live
goes
on the
through
stage.
Bubu.
Yeah, and my bass guitarist, his name is Radu, and my piano Tudor. His name is Tudor, and he's a professor. He just took his PhD.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Tudor.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a really nice crew, and this crew of musicians, they are the musician of The Voice.
Yeah.
For any artist that comes and sing on stage in The Voice on TV, it's the crew of Irina because they know it's the best in Romania, I guess.
Well, I would not say that because it's not respectful for others.
In my opinion,
they are,
again, it's the best in Romania. They are super good. They are amazing. Komaroni, Bubu, and everybody else. I love you guys.
But I agree that they are one of the best, and they will be because they learn.
How many years are you guys together?
8?
8?
No, 7.
That's insane.
Yeah. We're not together from the beginning because at the beginning I had other guys, but at some point I needed a show. So they were the first guy to ask for a show. Mm-hmm. A show, it means that you take songs like I did them in studio and you do them for the live concert. Because the live concert is different. You have to make transitions and intros and outros and all this stuff. So I went to them and they did the show, but they did it so complicated that nobody could perform it. So we decided that it will be much. Not everybody was not. Maybe I exaggerate, but we decided that it's better to go together because they already did the show and they know it. Mm. So we started to go together, but at that point they were working with Irina Rimes. It's another singer from Romania, a famous one, and also with Ina. But at some point they stopped the collab, but not because they had a fight or something. It's just that I don't know, maybe they didn't feel like they think in the same way. And I was sad for them because I know that they worked a lot for those two projects, but I was really grateful because I knew that these guys, in my project, they will feel free because I gave them the liberty to be artists, not instrumentists.
True. A lot of your songs are written by you. Most of your songs?
All of them? Maybe 99%. 99. I have 2 or 3 songs written by someone else because Visele, for example, it's not written by me. It's written by Andy Bănică, and I like very much the way he writes, or he wrote. So I took more songs from him. When he writes something, it's like, because when I started to write, we started together, and he knows me very much. Mm. and he knows me really well. And when he writes something for me, it's for me. You know it's for me because you hear my voice on it.
Yeah, basically you wrote all your songs except a few that you said.
Yeah.
But not many artists write all their songs. Usually they have songwriters and stuff.
Not nowadays. I think
you like to write. I think it's something you feel better when you write.
Yeah, that's my way of being.
Your way of being. And you like to speak about love in your songs.
This is the way I take my revenge.
Nice. It's good. And not only your revenge. I think, for example, Baba is about David.
No. Baba Ba is not my song. But in fact, yeah, I wrote the verse, but the chorus is not mine. It's a reprise.
Yeah.
It's a very known song from the 90s.
Okay, nice.
No, even not 90s. It's din anii 2000. 2000. Des années 2000. Yes. From the years
from
2000.
the 2000s. Yeah. It's wow. It works. It works. Guetta does that also with the old song. You know, he would take like FL65. The "I'm Good" of Guetta comes from
Everybody now does that
in the 90s. In "I'm Blue Dabadi."
Yeah.
So it works to take actually lyrics from 20 years ago. I mean, like a cap. Yeah. So yeah, you write about love. That's one of the way to express your feelings, but revenge also, you say? Revenge about... You want to revenge?
I will have a song that is called You Don't Know How to Be a Man. Tu ne sais pas être un homme pour une fille.
It's in French?
Non, je fais en French
you are
maintenant
doing
pour
it
toi
in French now?
pour que tu comprends.
Ouais.
For you to understand.
Nice.
But it says you don't know how to be a man and nobody will teach you. It's a revenge song. Yeah.
About someone?
Yeah.
Do I know him?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's a really old one. So we don't have to unbury.
No, we don't have to unbury.
Yeah.
I don't know the fans where they stayed on your personal life, because David is very present. They know. Is there someone that was present before? Because I didn't know, I didn't follow you. Or is David the first artist / boyfriend / almost husband that is really present?
Well, David is the latest and the only. How to say?
Okay. Before you were not mixing your personal life and your professional life?
Of course I did.
You did?
Always did that. But no, with David I don't do that.
No, you don't.
Because I have so much respect for this relationship that I don't expose it in my songs.
You don't expose it in your songs?
Not this one.
Not this relationship. Before you were exposing all your relationships?
Yes. In my songs, if you listen to my song, you know what's happening in my personal life. But now it's not like that.
What are the caveats?
The what?
The caveats, the main stuff that happened, that you said in your song, that are public, but I don't know about.
Well, first of all, you have to listen to my
But
albums.
it's in Romanian.
Yes.
I would listen. I would not understand.
Before David, I had some toxic relationships.
Everybody told me that.
Yes.
But I don't know.
Yeah. So you wanna? Okay.
Of course, I wanna know. The fans wanna know.
I was with
Something that we don't know.
2 guys in a row that.
They were artists?
Yes.
Cool.
Kind of. Not both of them, but one of them, yes, and the second one was the second one. You know.
Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah. So in these 2 relationships, I learned a lot, but I didn't want to learn because
you had long relationships?
No, the first one was 9 months, and the second one was 2 years, I think, but 2 years on and off.
Okay.
But I felt so much in these 2 relationships.
Okay.
And I discovered myself so much, and I wrote so much music. I wrote 3 albums.
Wow.
And
they make you work.
Yes.
They make you productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because
It's a fuel, kind of, but angriness fuel.
it is.
Yeah, I use also angriness fuel. It works.
Yeah. You know,
On the short run, it works. On the long run, it's a bit exhausting. But
yes, but on the short
on the short run, it's quite efficient. Yeah.
it's because I cannot say things that I want to say in front of the person because I'm introvert, so I write songs about it, and you will hear it on the radio. And if you don't want to hear it from me, from my mouth, you will hear it on the radio.
And you will have no choice to hear it because the radio will be in the Uber, and you will have to say the Uber to change the radio.
That's why I'm saying some of them, it's a revenge. I also did goodbye songs for my relationships.
So kind of you don't say the guy it's over, but he has to hear that it's over through a song.
Yes.
Damn.
But this is a power.
Yeah, this is a power that many women would love to have, I think.
Yeah.
I think many women envy you
sorry for this pervert.
to be able to do that.
Pervert face of mine.
What pervert? It's just like we have one life. You have to have fun. I guess it's an artistic way to say things.
Yes.
It's good. Yeah, I think you have a lot of fans. So what I noticed by traveling with you, so we went to Sibiu. First, I discovered Romania. We went to Brașov. We stopped in Brașov. I see you eating these ears of the pig. I was shocked. I'm still shocked. I can say.
I have some at home. If you wanna, we can go after this. We go to my place to eat, not pig, to eat.
It was super good yesterday. It was her birthday yesterday. We did, and David's birthday. They have birthday same day. That's amazing. Or one day difference. And we did a party where she sing in the garden. David mix in the garden. It was insanely good. And we eat the pig, the classic pig in Romania. Boom. How do you say on the broche?
Have no idea.
Oh, I have no idea, but it was really good.
Yeah.
And the first time I see you eating pig was the ear of the pig, and that part you say it's a special.
But we eat the skin of the pig and the ears.
And the ears.
How to say ears, because it's not really ears.
Just ears. It's the top of the ears or something. However, it was in Brașov.
And the
La queue.
Tail. The tail.
The tail, yeah. The pig tail.
Yep.
Yeah, in Brașov is countryside. It was a very, very cool experience. It's in the mountain kind of with nice view, traditional food. You can meet bears. We met bears next to the road. They were like bears walking. Everything is normal. On the restaurant, it was written, pay attention when you go out at night. Bears can be there. Hello, you bear?
We have a very big population of bears. Bears, I think, is
population of bears.
I think it's the biggest in Europe. We have 8,000 bears in the Carpathian Mountains in Romania. But now there is a polemic with the bears because a girl was killed.
They can be very dangerous.
Yes. And now I think they're trying to figure out what to do with them, because people, they are not really responsible. They feed them, and the bear. If you give food to the bear, he will come the second time and the third time because he know.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do it like a dog.
Yeah, that's why they are coming on the roads. Because they know people.
They know people will feed them.
And it's dangerous. And it's dangerous for people, and it's dangerous for bears themselves. So it's dangerous for bears themselves because they forget to hunt. And they come to beg for the food.
Don't feed the bears, guys. If you come to Romania, don't make them used to that. So you made me travel through Romania. We went to Cluj, of course. Also, I even went recently to Chișinău in Moldova. My first time in Moldova, I really liked it. The food was amazing. I had the chance to be in a Moldovan wedding of your friends. I even had the chance to mix in that Moldovan wedding to put some Steve Aoki, Dudadu flip remix at 4 a.m. and people were like boom, boom. And that was really, really fun. I had an amazing experience in Chișinău. I'm looking forward to see one of your concerts also in Chișinău one day, because I think the public there will be really a different public, because that's the people who from your nation.
Yeah.
So I noticed something everywhere we go together. It's like you have every time, like I don't know, it's 100 times a day, people who want picture with you, and you're always very nice. You're always like very smiley and saying yes to people. Many kids, but not only men's, adults, women that can go from 5 years old till 8 years old. It's like you make everybody agree, and that's really really cool. It's like everybody's agree. She's like a superstar, super artist, super everything, and we are proud of her. And now it goes even international. I always see. I'm always shocked to see their faces, because when they see you, I would say especially women, when they see you, everything changes on their faces, and you don't even notice it anymore because it's your part of your life.
Yeah,
but we
I do.
notice it.
No,
You
I
still
do.
notice
Yeah,
it, yeah.
I
Notice
do.
it.
I see, and I know why, because I know my music.
Yeah.
It's not my music from this period, but my music
From before,
the music where I spoke about my relationships and my
they identify themselves,
my
right?
pain. Yeah, they found themselves.
So you mean something for them that is way bigger than just music.
Yeah.
You mean something. You are part of their life.
Yes.
And I can see that in their face, because their face uncomposed. They almost faint every time. It's like, it's really crazy. They see only you. They don't look at us around you, and they would go and they would make those selfie, and they would be so shy to ask you, and they would also at the same time know that they have the chance now to ask you, and they will go for it.
I think this is a privilege, knowing why people love you.
Yeah.
Because when you're an artist, you do music, you wanna send a message.
Yeah.
You want people to love you, because people loving you, it's an approval.
I
It means
agree.
that what you do, is good.
Yeah.
You're on a good.
They confirm that what you do
It's a
is good.
confirmation.
It's a confirmation.
Yeah.
It's a reward, kind of. It's still a reward.
But
It's not too much sometimes, I ask.
yes, sometimes it is.
Sometimes
too
we
much,
have to hide you.
Yeah.
We do have to hide you. In Beach Please, for example, I mean, like, there is hundreds of thousands of people. There is Wiz Khalifa. There is, like, how is it called, the last artist? I forget always. You know, the last day? The most famous artist in Beach Please. Apparently, they pay him 2.5 million. No, the American guy, the rapper.
Travis Scott.
Yeah. So there is, like, people like Travis Scott. So there are hundreds of thousands of people. So when Irina is there for the main stage of Beach Please, we have to hide you at some point, because there is so many people that can jump on you at some point that it could be even
but
heavy and dangerous.
It was a festival of teenagers.
Yeah, of course they will all recognize you, and that's what happened. And so when it's too much, what is it always often the case, or is it like only sometimes? Well,
Okay, so we have this thing after the concert. We go in the car and we leave. It doesn't happen all the time.
yeah,
But we choose to do that because sometimes I stay more for the photos than on the stage.
yeah, that's true.
And I know people are coming to do a photo just because they saw me on television, because I'm judge of the
Of the Voice. La Voce Rumena.
And yeah, and I really, when I go and sing for those festivals but it's not like festival. Here in Romania, we have a kind of concert.
Yeah.
It's paid by the mairie.
By the mayor.
And it's free for people.
Yeah.
So they will come to do a photo. Doesn't matter who's playing. That's one. And second, I think sometimes I feel really
Times I feel, it's a song.
that I don't respect people who buy tickets meet and greet when I go on tour in the country and I sell this kind of tickets. Ticket meet and greet, it means that you can come after the concert, you can take a picture, you can have something signed, and we can chat a little bit. So sometimes it's too much, and I'm not talking about meet and greet, Sometimes it's too much because people meet me and they know me so well because they were listening to my music. They know me so well and they are speaking to me like they know me. And I have to be present for everyone. And I have to smile for everyone. And this is not possible, in fact, because I didn't have the energy for everyone.
Yeah.
When I'm on the stage, I lose a lot of energy. Yeah. I don't take energy from the public. I lose it. I give it.
Yeah.
And when I go off the stage, I feel empty. And then I have to go and do photos. And sometimes I find the energy to smile and to listen and to... Because they all have something to say.
That's true.
I cried on one of your songs, or I had this experience, and I understand, and I am really, really grateful. But they are taking a lot of
When you already are empty because
I cannot give because I am empty.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for that, but sometimes I have to make people understand that I cannot do that. Because I'm not just an artist that goes on the stage, perform, and I tell stories on the stage. And when I tell stories, it's like telling them all over again. It's my story that sometimes makes me cry or makes me feel sad when I sing Cosmos sometimes. It makes me feel bad for what I lived, you know?
What did you live in Cosmos?
Well, Cosmos is a song that I wrote. Cosmos is one of the songs that never been on radio, but it's one of the most known. Yeah. It tells a story, tells my story when I fell in love with the guy. Mm-hmm. But That's
the guy before the one I know?
Yes. But
This one is a famous relationship.
Yeah.
No?
We weren't together.
Artist.
Yeah.
What is it?
No, I cannot say. But not people who are watching this,
they know.
They don't know.
Some of them know.
Maybe they know. If they tap in Google, they will find, I think. But I cannot say because it's not appropriate because I'm in a relationship. He's in a relationship, and people are hating the girl he is with right now.
And in any case, once we try David, we can't go back nowhere. Huh? I say, because I know David for 17 years, I say, once we try David, we can't go back nowhere. It's just...
No, he's the last one.
He's just the last one.
He's the newest and the last one. Yes.
He's just amazing.
It's just that we had such a beautiful story for the fans.
You know how lucky you are to be with my friend?
You know how lucky he is?
He's the sweetest.
Yeah, he is.
He's insane.
Yeah. So
I you know why I do that because I know the fans wants to know more.
Yeah.
Me, I actually don't care, but I want.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh my God.
No, you don't need to speak about something that you didn't.
No, it's okay because it's not something that people don't know, but maybe it's a chance to say right now something.
Same what you wanted to say.
I don't even know where I stopped. What I was.
You were telling the story about Cosmos.
Okay, about Cosmos. So I went to the date with this guy, and he didn't come. He didn't show up. And the next day I go to the studio and I write this song, Cosmos.
Yeah.
How I was waiting for him, and he didn't come, but in a very, very poetic way. The chorus says, "I was searching for you among." I don't know, 1,000 stars. I didn't find you there. In all my Cosmos, you found nothing for you to play.
To be appealing, maybe? I don't know.
You in all my Cosmos, you didn't find anything that you might like.
Okay.
So you let me down. You left me down. You
let me down. You did let me down.
Okay, so
that.
Yeah, so sometimes when I sing it, I feel it because I felt this on myself, and so that's why sometimes after the concert we just get in the car and we leave, and also because people they think you they own you. And they think you're obliged to get out and to do a photo with them. They think...
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah. They think they own you.
That's crazy, but that's true. Yeah.
And I think this is the drama of an artist, because at some point you understand you don't own yourself anymore. You're not your own master.
You are controlled by the people.
You are controlled by the people, and you have to please them. You don't have to please yourself, you have to please them, because you don't own yourself anymore.
And in the middle of that, you need to think about yourself. You need to think about what makes you happy and what makes you alive and what makes you feel good on daily basis. So you need to manage to make abstraction and to stop thinking about people owning you, because it's true, but also that you can recontrol yourself in a minute if you just decide to think about yourself. You can. It's just a power. It's
a balance. You have to keep a balance.
But you have the power to decide at any moment, any given moment, to think about yourself. There is nothing that said that you didn't sign any contract that forced you to do anything. So you just decide to step back at some point and say,
true.
Fuck it. When you say, I go to Roma, I go there, you do, fuck it. You do whatever you want. There is no rule. We have only one life. So it's always, don't let yourself owned by the people ever. When you feel like, no, if there is moment where you feel super strong, and let them eat a bit from you, but as soon as you feel it's too much, just say stop. And that's
the thing. You can't.
You can.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. I agree. It can be a way, but from my point of view, when you become a people artist, you cannot do that, because
you cannot do that on the long run. You can do that on the short moments. And those short moments, if you multiply them, you manage to live a long life, happy life. I think you can, any short moment, decide and control. But yeah, it's true. You have a mission and you are on a mission.
Yeah, I do control my project.
Yeah.
Where I mean, from the philosophical point of view.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just a random person that does this job or control this business. You are the product.
Mm-hmm.
You are building. So this product has to be nickel, comment dire? How to say? Yeah. Top. And
perfect.
For it to be perfect, okay, I will not say
it's
perfect, because
yeah.
perfection is not something that we want to achieve. No. I like very much the imperfections. I think the beauty is in imperfections.
What better?
But you are the product, and when you are the product, you cannot just put the product and go do whatever you want. You are the product. You are putting yourself here, and you cannot move because you are the product. That's why I'm saying, from the philosophical point of view, when you're a people artist, you cannot switch off this.
If you have to choose one moment of your career that was your favorite moment, which one you would choose?
It's a recent moment. I think it's the moment when Enemy played Dudadu flip.
Nice.
Because it unlocked a lot of things.
Cool.
Yes.
That you got accepted by all the spheres, international, electro, like completely something, because I think you value that a lot. Yes. I was saying that in the Goldcher podcast.
It was the biggest validation, I think.
It's a good validation.
The first,
comes
maybe.
From another
maybe
style
it's
of
special
you.
Because it was the first.
The first validation that comes from totally another world.
Yeah.
Does that mean that one of your secret goal or actual goal is to be worldwide famous?
I never wanted that.
No?
No, because I never thought that my English would be better than... I know what you think. Yeah. I know what you think. But I know where I'm good and where I'm not.
Okay.
And I know at what I'm good at. So I was waiting for this moment to make a project like Origini, because I know Origini is something that I can...
What about being famous worldwide in Romanian?
Yes.
Like you do with Dudadu?
Yeah.
This is okay?
This is authentic.
This is something you would like?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was waiting because I have friends that were telling me why you're not doing English songs
Whatever.
to compete, and
No, don't compete.
It was really hard for me to explain that I already have, I don't know, there are already people that are doing this and they are succeeding.
Exactly, and I feel you. I have thousands of people that ask me why you don't do your poker website, why you don't speak in English in your poker content. On the website we have like this pokerpro.fr in French, and they always would say you that because they want to be your manager, kind of. They want to feel like they're gonna change something in your career.
They see for you, yeah.
Yes, but you don't care about that. However, what about being famous for what you know the most, which is your type of songs in Romanian, but worldwide?
Well, if you ask me if I want Origin to succeed
Worldwide?
internationally, yes. The answer is yes. If you ask me if I want to sing in English to be a worldwide singer, probably not. Because it's not my type, and I know I would compete with people that are doing this much better, and I'm not good at it. I don't even wanna have a success with the song with the type of music that I'm not good at it. I feel imposter.
And what if the answer to be famous worldwide would just be to make an hybrid thing, which is what is happening now, actually, naturally?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes. And I kind of see you doing hybrid things for the world, which is singing in Romanian, like you do, putting electro over it. It could be electro now, and maybe in 5 years it will be rock again, because your roots are very rock.
I am very rock in my live
I wanted
concerts.
to say, because we didn't speak about that, but your roots are like metal. You are like this. Because I used to listen a lot of metal when I was young. I used to listen and to love Metallica. I even see them recently in concert for the second time in Vienna. I went 10 years ago to see them in Paris. I used to listen Iron Maiden, that I still didn't see in concert, is one of my goals, to see them in concert. To love Rammstein, which is not common, to love Rammstein. I love German language. And I feel you are in those roots also. Like you were, I remember the first concert that I see from you maybe 2 years ago. There was all this moment where you guys, I felt I was in Aoki de Belfort in the festival, and you guys were like just rocking on stage with Boo Boo on the drum. And you have like a rock band, so it's rock. It's true that rock in the world right now is not what it used to be 20 years ago when it was such a big thing. Nowadays, rap to cover and electro to cover. I would say that's what I noticed worldwide. Urban music to cover also, like or hybrid thing like Guetta does. What I want to say is, okay, I'm no one in music, but what I want to say is my opinion on Guetta, for example, is that he's the only one that was courageous enough one of the only guys that was courageous enough to mix styles together, where people would say other DJ would say, but bro, that doesn't exist. You can't do that. He would put hip hop in his song. He would make featurings that are so random that no one would ever think about. Akon with him and many things like that he did. And it became worldwide hit. He mixed things, a different style together, put a beat around that, and make something happen. What you are doing now at your level, it's similar to what the process that Guetta is using, but you use things that are less, they are more indie kind of, I would say.
Yes.
But that combined to the mainstream thing, that make like an explosion, and that really works. I really like that. And I think the solution might be from an hybrid solution like this could be the worldwide Irina Rimes that tomorrow all the world can listen,
I always had this opinion that to be successful, you have to be, first of all, a visionary, to have vision.
Exactly.
Because it's not the talent who propels you, it's your vision.
Yeah.
You can be an average singer.
Yeah.
But your vision can can be so original that beats every talent. So I think for this project we were more visionaries than
before.
No, than producers and singers. I'm speaking about me and the guys who created Origini. Yeah.
Goldcher is part of it. You guys were all in this house where you build it.
And I think it's about vision and this vision of taking Romanian folklore and putting it first in the Afro house, on the Afro house beats, and then do some other mixes. My English is so bad.
You're too exigent on your English.
No, c'est la honte.
Pas la honte?
Si. Yes. Comment dire honte? How to say?
I don't... Shame.
It's a shame.
It's not a shame.
It's a shame.
Assuming yourself
No, it's a shame for me because
I
made so many courses of
English. You speak so many languages. Your English is perfect. We can speak with you like there is no issue, baby. It's like you just...
Yeah, but I'm competing with myself, every day.
You're always very exigent about yourself. Like, people are very happy to hear you in English today. It's the way they can understand you. They come from my community. They come from different sphere on the internet. They don't speak Romanian maybe. And they are very happy to see Irina Rimes speaking about her career in English now. We learned a lot of things. I did personally learn a few things, so I'm very happy about that.
About my personal life?
Yeah, about anything, but there is some things that I didn't know. There are some things to be learned. What is your worst moment? Because we say the best moment was the worst career moment.
I don't remember one specifically, but I remember a feeling that I had. For me, the hardest thing to do is television.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you have always to do it to look effortless. But for me, it's a very big effort because at television you have to speak and speak and speak and to be interesting and to be charismatic and to be perfect. Not perfect, but perfect.
But television is quite like the perfection. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. They make the makeup like this. They make you. They time you.
Yeah, and I'm not like this.
No.
Sometimes I have days when I don't want to speak. Like yesterday, for example, I had this kind of day when I don't want to speak. I just want to listen. It's not that I am. I'm not in a good mood. It doesn't have to do with this. It's just that today I don't want to speak. I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
All that I can say maybe is thank you. I'm grateful because these are the feelings that I always have vis-a-vis everything that surrounds me, but nothing more. Into television, you have to explain and to add more words and to perfect your discourse. Discourse?
Yeah.
Discourse. And I hate that actually. And sometimes when I have these I don't want to speak days, I have nothing to say days.
And those days are if they are you are at The Voice, it's complicated.
Yeah, when I am at The Voice,
you have no choice. It's like all day.
Yeah, you have no choice.
How long is it? 12 hours?
Yeah, 12 hours.
Because you guys make few episodes in one day. That's
exactly.
how you do.
Yeah. And if it happens that I'm on television, I am at The Voice, and I have this, I have nothing to say. They is the worst thing. I have to find a lot of strength to motivate myself to be interesting when I'm not, to be happy when I'm not that happy, to be to speak when I have no words, and to find something interesting to say when I don't find. Like I see someone singing on the stage, and you have to say something after, and I see, but it doesn't surprise me. It's something average, where it's good, but it's good. That's it. It was good. Yay, bravo. You cannot do that. You cannot do that on the television. You have to add things to your discourse.
Any talent from The Voice that makes your day, made your days there easier? Like wow, people that touch you. They really like they stay in your memory. Those people over the 5 seasons. Anyone you want to mention? Any people that makes you feel really good when you were there?
I feel really grateful for being there, because even if it's hard for me to do television, there is this aspect too. I am a coach, and every year I have beautiful voices.
Yeah.
I meet beautiful people, I make beautiful teams, and the most important thing that I promote in my team is not to compete between each other, because this contest, because it's a contest, but more of it's a show. So they are playing a show like we are playing a show. It's real. There is no, how to say...
It's not fake.
It's not fake. Everything is real, but we have to be conscious that it's a show, and we have to play our parts. And I always try to explain them that they don't have to compete with the others like as the last fight, because they will look at the show when it will be on television, and they will not like themselves, and they don't want that. So you can compete at The Voice, but compete with yourself and only. Try to be your best version at each of the etape. And there are people in these teams that I keep close to myself years and years, because we become friends. Like, for example, Vlad Musta, who was yesterday at my birthday party, who sang Purple Rain.
Oh,
Purple.
she sings so good.
Yeah, he is the finalist from the last season, from my last season. And also I have very good relationships with another finalist that I had, Andra Botez.
Andrea Botez, she has the same name as the chess player.
Ah ouais? Oh yeah,
Alexandra Botez
yeah.
and her sister Andrea Botez.
Yeah.
That, by the way, I played chess with Alexandra.
Yeah,
she killed me. She's Romanian, huh? You know?
Yeah, yeah. I saw her. I didn't know about her.
She was here recently. Yeah, I tried to invite her to your concert, but she was here only one day. Yeah, I played a few times her poker game also, and we played chess together. She killed me. She is like a beast. But like, she's one of the famous Romanian over the world for chess. Yeah. So yeah, you were saying this Andrea Botez?
Yeah, Andrea Botez. Yeah, she's a...
So you didn't win yet, right?
No.
So that's one of the goals?
Yeah, but...
Do we win this season?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't like to say.
So winning, what does give winning in this show? Because believe me, I never watched the show. I saw just YouTube.
The prize for the contestant, for the winner, is 100,000 euros and a contract signed by Universal Music.
Wow.
And
then if it's one of your team, you need to be present still? After the show, you need to help that person?
No, you can do whatever you want. If you're in a good relationship, you can still help.
You can make featurings, you can, in real life, basically.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, even but you are not obliged. Nobody tells you have to t'en occuper.
No, you don't need to take care of it.
Yeah, because it's the label who takes care of it. But for the coach, winning is... a proof of his action.
Yeah, leads to a result. That his actions lead to a result.
No, for a coach who wins, it's a confirmation.
A validation. Again.
A validation, yes.
Sometimes looking for validation can be quite depressing, because sometimes it's just...
That's why I'm not looking
there is a lot of luck involved also. Yeah, it's a mix. Like 5 seasons is like the short run, you know. It's not the long run.
But I was the second every time.
Every time.
Yeah. No, I had one time when I was the third. 3 or from 4 times, I was fighting for the first for the prize.
For the last prize.
Yeah. I
feel you.
Won 3 times.
I feel almost. You. We have the same story.
But I didn't. But the last season, I stole Vlad Musta from another team. Yeah.
Come here, Vlad Musta.
Yeah, and I stole him.
Rain.
And I stole him with a speech that said, I was describing my face and I was saying, I never was the first. I never got the prize. I always was the second in the high school, in the faculty. And then everywhere where I went, I was the second one. I was never the first one. I was not that person to win all the prizes. And but that second place took me in this chair of The Voice. So I think second place is not that bad.
Exact.
And I cannot promise you the first place, but I can promise you the second. And he took the second place.
Nice story. I came 3 times second in World Series of Poker. When you come first, you get a bracelet, a gold bracelet.
Yeah.
And it says that forever you would be recognized as one of the world champion in poker. And 3 times over the years, I came second place. Last time was a month ago in Las Vegas. So I feel you.
Yeah.
3 times second.
Yeah.
And I never win for now. This World Series of Poker.
But you know that at some point, yeah.
It's a game of number.
Yeah.
So, and I, of course, I'm a bit frustrated like you are with The Voice, but we are competitors and it's going to happen somehow.
I always thought that the success is a lottery and more tickets you get, the more the probability to win is bigger.
It's all about increasing our probabilities. To not be perfect, but just trying to always, every day, increase a little bit more our probabilities of success. Mm-hmm. If you do that, then you are on a good way. It can be in any kind of industry. And that's why we are talking now. And that's why on this podcast, Radio Viral, I want to talk with people that have success in different industries. Because I want to see the similarities and I want to inspire people to get better at what they are doing or what they are dreaming to do. A lot of the advices you give today are useful for any kind of industry, and I really like what you said. Yeah,
when people ask me, I'll always say that I don't think what we do, yes, it's special because it's music and it's feeling, but this industry is just like other industry. I don't see. I would never say that an artist works better and.
Or harder
than a doctor.
Doctor or?
Yeah, or a businessman or an architect or someone with n'importe qui.
Yeah, anyone.
I agree that we artists, we are fucked up in the head. I agree with that.
A bit more than the doctor.
Yeah.
Even though I saw some doctors that are a bit fucked up.
I saw too. Me too.
I don't think about anyone in particular.
But because it's, if I wouldn't do music, I would do medicine. Yeah, because it's so fascinating.
Okay.
I find it so fascinating. It's a lot to learn. You never know everything, like I don't think in any area, but it's very competitive. Because you're competing with the maladie, comment dire?
The disease.
With the disease, you have to find it, you have to treat it, you have to come with the.
So if Irina was not a singer, she would have been a doctor.
Yes.
Wow. That's what you were saying. You were saying to your parents, your mother. You were saying.
No, I never said that to anyone, because if I would say that to my dad, probably he would say, "Hi, leave music, go to medical school," because he always wanted a doctor.
At what age did you say your parents that you wanted to go to music industry?
That's a funny story because I never insisted. In fact, I left home. I left my home. At 14 years old, my parents took me and they brought me in this city, Soroca, where I did my lycée.
Was it the city where you sing last time in Moldova?
Yes, exactly. And
next to Ukraine, on the border.
Yeah, exactly.
So you left. You did your school there, but without them, or what? You were sleeping in the internat.
I left the house. No.
Where do you sleep? when you are at 14 and you leave the house like this?
It's not internat, but it's it's a loyer. It's like you rent a part, but in the apart there is someone with you.
Okay, that is also from the school.
No, that owns the apart.
Oh, you live by
You
a
live with the
person
owner.
that is not your parents.
Exactly.
Wow. So that was your life from 14.
Yes.
It's
Until 19.
19.
Yeah.
And then you go to Bucharest.
And then I went to Chișinău, but because my parents are working in economics, they are accountants, both of them. They wanted me to do the faculty of economics. I don't know how to say. Academia de Studii Economice.
Sure.
Yeah. And on the way, we went to the studio. I was singing in Soroca, and they had a chat with my canto professor.
Your professor, your teacher.
And she said, why are you doing this to her? Do you want her to be close to you, or do you want her to pursue her dream of singing? But I was so chaotic at that time. I didn't know that it's my dream. I know that it's something that I do, something that I like doing, but I wasn't like, I want to do this and only this, because I was conscious that being a girl who sings in Moldova would bring not so much money, and it's not a job from. So the finality, it's not that appealing, because being famous in Moldova, it's like, I don't know. The country is little. Yes, it's difficult.
At that time,
the country is little, and I didn't see
the point.
Yeah, because the point was what? To become famous and to marry someone with the
money. Yeah, because you would not make money yourself.
Yeah, to make a lot of money from music.
Difficult.
No, very difficult. So I was conscious that I will go and do economics like my parents want me to do, and I was okay with that.
Okay.
Because you can do music in parallel. But my music teacher said this thing to my parents: don't let her kill her dream. And
nice teacher.
We went to Chișinău. Chișinău is the capital of Moldova, to apply for the
Moldova
faculty.
Is only 2 million people, right?
Yeah. To apply for the university, and on the last 100 meters, my parents decided not to go to Academia de Studii Economice, but to go to the Academy of Music and Theater and Arts.
At age 19?
At 19, yes.
This university, it helped you?
So I heard many times from certain people that school is not good because it breaks you.
Okay.
It breaks your vision, and it puts you in some standards, and you can do music without it. But if you ask me, no, between studying or not studying, I will always choose studying, because it's better to have an artist who is also a musician than an artist that doesn't know where is do on piano.
Of course.
So I will always choose to do studies, and I will always suggest people to study, even if it doesn't mean to go to a faculty, even if it means to take just a book and open it and to study at home by yourself.
What age did you leave Chișinău for Bucharest?
That's funny too, because when I left Chișinău for Bucharest, I didn't leave it for studies or to do a career. I left it for love, because I thought I found the love of my life, and I came to Bucharest to meet my love. And I did, and we were together for 5 years, and we did incredible things. That's when I got my first success with Visele, because it was him who made the song, and we wrote a lot of songs together, and we placed for several artists, and yeah, so it played well for me, that changement. But I did that in 2012.
Bucharest was a important step for your career to get the success that you have.
Well, I was singing in Chișinău already. I was doing my...
Singing where? In
Yeah. I don't know.
stage?
Yeah, on stage. I was doing songs, but I was not writing songs.
Okay.
I started to write songs when I fell in love.
All right. That inspired you.
Yes.
And that's why you were living in Bucharest. And you continued.
No, after meeting my love of my life, I fell in love 2 more times after. So
Those were the two we mentioned, right? Before.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
really
we didn't
difficult
mention,
because-
but we mentioned.
Yeah.
So this is before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
The 5 years where you were in Bucharest, those are the years where you did Visele, or?
yes.
All right.
So I came to Bucharest because I was in this show like The Voice. It's called I did Star Academy.
Yeah, so that's very interesting because that's in France that was a big thing. You had the
In
equivalent
Moldova
in
too.
Moldova?
Yeah, in Moldova
Star
too.
Academy it was called?
Yeah.
Crazy. It's a castle?
No,
In France it's in a castle.
no.
You have, but it's like in a house, you have
Yes.
professors.
Yes.
And you have lessons and then
Yes.
there is one winner.
Yes.
You win?
No.
No way. Second?
No, I was the second.
I recognize you.
And this Star Academy was made by half of the crew
You know,
was
I didn't
Romanian.
know that. I knew that in Chișinău. David told me. I didn't
What?
know. But that you did Star Academy. See, again, we learned something.
Yeah. So I did the Star Academy, that was made half of Moldovan and half of Romanian
All right.
participants. And that's where I made a lot of Romanian friends. And also that's where I met this guy.
The love of your life.
Yeah.
So
At
everybody
that
knows
point.
him.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when the Star Academy finished, I came to. In fact, when I came to Bucharest, is because one of my friends told me that there is a label that wants to sign me,
Okay.
but there wasn't any label. It's just my friends trying to get me. Trying to get me with the love of my life to get me to meet Andy because after Star
It was a girl that trying to connect you?
to put us together. They tried to put us together.
But was it
No,
a girl?
it was
that-
a guy.
A guy that tried to put you with his friend.
No. So when I did Star Academy, half of the participants were Romanian,
half
half
Moldovan.
Moldovan. So in the Star Academy, I met Andy. And Andy is the guy who wrote Visele.
Okay.
And when the Star Academy finished, I was in Moldova and he came back to Romania.
Bucharest.
To Bucharest, yes. And a friend of ours, because I made a lot of friends there, lied to me that there is a label that wants to sign me and I have to come to Bucharest. But his main goal was to put me together with Andy because they saw that we have something
I understand.
between us and they wanted to put us together. So I came to Bucharest and I never left.
Okay.
Yeah. So and this is the guy that made Visele, and we did a lot of things together. He
All
was
right.
with me in the Star Academy. He's a singer too.
All right.
So yeah,
So that one of the only person that wrote some song, maybe a couple songs. Yeah. And the rest is you.
yeah. But then because now I understand why it's so chaotic. Then after I had this relationship for
5 years.
for 5 years for what I came in Romania, but then it consumed and I fell in love with a rapper. So that's where I started to write, because before I had some I wrote, but it was average.
My friend is more than an artist. He's amazing. Goldcher, interview of Goldcher here in the description below. I want you to go see it. Is Dudadu, is Irina. They are like together. In my opinion, what will happen now is you both gonna be internationally famous. for some stuff together, and he will have also his own things, and you will have your own things, but some stuff in common. And that's something that I noticed in your past, from what you explained. That is something that you value a lot. You like your partner to be
into music,
into your industry, but also
create something together
with you, because that's called a common project, and that's why you can vibe with a partner at a high level, is because you guys have the common project. That's something you notice that drives you, right?
Yes,
that drives you a lot. I'm pretty sure it's like on his way like it has never been before. Like we are like speaking about international things now. Before it was like Chișinău, Soroca, Chișinău, okay, now Bucharest. Now we are speaking about main stage of Tomorrowland. We are speaking about Tiesto, Aoki, Irina Rimes, Goldcher. That's something that is good for the future. Guys, some of you maybe discover Irina right now in this interview, and in 10 years from now, we're going to have like a worldwide superstar. You know what? People underestimate what they do, what they can do in 5 years of time or 10 years of time, but they overestimate what they can do in 1 year. So usually they would speak about what they want to accomplish for the next month or for 1 year, and they think they can do so many things. They are like, oh, I want to do this project, and at the end of the day, they do one thing out of 5 that they say. However, everybody, and that's a common mistake, underestimate what he's capable to do in the course of the next 5 years. Because if you start thinking like, what I can do in the next 5 years, what I can accomplish, you can do way more than what you expect, because usually we don't want to plan for 5 years. And it doesn't need to stay like it was planned.
Do you plan for 5 years?
Not enough. And I think that's why I speak out of loud, because I want to be more thinking about that thing, that I underestimate what I'm capable to do out of 5 years. What I want to do personally in the next 5 years is to be a worldwide DJ. So to become a worldwide DJ, I need to learn, and that's why now I'm in the process of learning. I'm starting to mix how I can, how I want. I use the same controller as David, as your boyfriend, because I think I should already start with to put all the best condition that I can in front of me. I have the freedom to do so I should start now. So what I plan in the next 5 years, I think like if I have to plan in 5 years from now, I want to be on the main stage of Tomorrowland, and I think it's possible, and I think I'm gonna reach that. But for that to happen, I need a lot of work in that. But it's good actually to think again about 5 years, because before I was more thinking about 1 year. 15 years ago when I started poker, yes, I was thinking about 5 years. Yes, I was opening myself to think big about what I can do in the next 5 years. And then in the process, you know how it is in the road. You reduce your spectral of thinking, and you start thinking about the next month. And you see, the first thing that I told you when I asked you for your future, you tell me about the concert in the 30th September and Origini 2. But that's our reflex. And then now, if you open to 5 years, you can become a monster in a good way. That's really good, I think, to do that. We all underestimate what we can do at 5 years, and we overestimate what we can do in 1 year. And that's how we get overwhelmed also. And if we chill out and say, okay, in the next 5 years, I can do that, that, and that. Amazing. What do you think?
I was thinking about what I want to achieve in 5 years. And you were telling about goals, and I just realized that personally, in 5 years, I want to be...
a mama?
Yes, because we have this biological thing, women, they give birth. And I think at some point I will make a child, and that will stop my career for some...
Just for
months.
4 months, yeah.
It depends. No, I think I want to take my time.
Okay.
I think I want to make a pause. Why not? Yes, a break. Because I want to be there for the child. I'm not that
But it will always be a break to come back. You will not.
Yes, I would never leave music because music
Is your life.
yeah. But if I make a child, I want to be with him.
Okay.
I want to enjoy that time. And also in 5 years, I want David to go
Big.
very high, to go big. And I hope at some point he will be so big that I can back down a little bit because I worked so much in the last years that I really need a break, and I want to take it easier and not to think what new project could come up with, because in my project, from the moment it started to exist until now, we always wanted to to develop the project from the inside, not to take things from outside, what's coming, we have this opportunity, okay, we will take it. No, we think everything from the inside. We want to go in a direction. How we do that? We do a new style. What's the new style? We do Origini, for example. We do a new concept, a new concert, a new album, a new everything. Every time, every year comes with something new. And at some point you get tired because you have to come up with things. And I just want to live for a moment and live for me, not only for the project.
True.
Yeah, and so in 5 years, I hope I will be at peace.
Yeah.
I don't think I care if I am international, and I think I want to be at peace and happy with my family, spending time with my family because it's important. And I realized that I didn't do that much. I didn't visit my parents' house for a year and something.
I can see you're making effort to make it happen, actually.
Yeah.
You make it happen.
And now I'm working.
You see your mother often.
Yeah. She's coming.
She loves your career. She is following you. She's
Yeah,
always there.
she
She was
knows
there even yesterday. She's always there.
Yeah, she knows that I
and you
have
also
a-
make it happen, I think. Both
Yeah.
of you. You guys make both an effort towards each other always. More than an effort. Like you're always together in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand with every success that I have, I understand that this is success.
This is one of your big successes, family. It's like
Yes.
your yes. Because also we have one family and also we have one life and we need to share those moments, right? You cannot just be successful on your own and egoistly.
Yeah.
You need to.
If you
there
have
is a
no one to
sense-
share your success.
There is a sense when there is family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's family and friends. I consider also similar, and I think it's really true. I enjoy my life way more since I spend quality time with the people I really want to spend quality time
Yeah.
with, and that's so important. That's key. That's amazing. That's why I'm here so much in Romania now.
I know
I
you
love to
love
spend time
us.
with you,
It's,
but of
this
course,
is
you
the
know,
way
I
you
would not come that
coming. Yeah, coming that often. It amazed me.
That I come that often.
Yeah,
I love it.
and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Every time.
I appreciate every time you propose me to come. I even don't know why I think about yes, no, I need to come. I just, one life. It's very easy to do. It's like,
Thank you. We love you too.
wow, yesterday was amazing. I had so good time. So it confirmed me that music has to be part of my second life. If I have to say that now I'm in the middle, kind of, 35, music it was a bit in my life before, but not that much, to be honest. I mean,
But it's never too late to discover things.
that's why. And I realized that music has to be part of my life because I feel good when I'm in music crowd. Like yesterday when you have concerts, but when David mixed, he mixed 4 hours, I think. And during 4 hours, I don't feel the time. I feel just good. So I feel I'm vibing with the music.
Yeah.
And I don't take anything. I just vibing
He
because
mixed
I
4
like it.
hours yesterday.
Probably.
I would never say that.
What time did you stop singing? At 11 or 10:30?
Well, I know I went to sleep at 4.
No. But what time did you stop singing?
I
10:30?
think at 10:30, yes.
Yeah. So he mixed at least 3 hours and a half until 2:30 at least. 4. Yeah, I feel good in that environment. I feel like music is something that I want to to experiment as a viewer, but also as a performer during the next 35 years. It's never too late, like you say.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be. I mean, I'm with good inspiration by. I have good inspiration between you and David. So yeah, it makes me so much idea. Yes.
Thank you.
You guys are really true artists. You know, not only like making hits, but just like artists in life, artists on stage, artists everywhere.
You discovered that also. I think you're not born as an artist. Maybe there are
discover
few.
Yourself,
yeah, you discover yourself as an artist if you want to discover that. Yeah, I discovered myself. I was not born that way. I didn't write such good songs at the beginning. It was average. I would never buy the songs that I wrote 10 years ago. And then I fell in love, and it's like a door that opened in my cerveau, in my brain, and things started to come, and I started to write. D'un coup, I started to write.
From one day to the other, quality things.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can discover it. So
on the way.
Yeah. And I think David has the same history, because when I met him, he was not that good, but he really wanted to learn. And as a girlfriend, I did everything that I could to give him this freedom to learn, not to be oppressed by the things like I don't know what will happen in the future, or who pays the bills, or he wanted to quit many times, and I said to him, if you quit,
I will leave you.
Yeah, maybe at some point I said, if you quit, maybe I didn't
I think it was a good thing to say that.
Yeah, because I knew that I cannot stay with the quitter.
I mean, your musician professor in the school say to your parents, she can't fold her dreams. She can't throw her dreams like this. Yeah. They convince your parents. You convince David to not throw his dreams. Yeah. That's really good. You make the same favor that your musician professor did to you.
And he learned.
We need people like that makes our life different. We need people that
yeah, but
help
it's really
us like
difficult
this.
Because imagine you are in this position that you have to suggest someone to do this or that, and your suggestion, if it will, you don't know if it will help or no.
Yeah, no, it's not easy.
Because you can say, yeah, do whatever you want, or do your stuff, do your music. What if this person has no success in music? You want to be blamed for the thing that you encouraged something that ruined his life? No. And I think, but I always knew.
And you took responsibility. Yeah.
I took the responsibility for what I was suggesting to David to do. I knew that at some point he will have, he will not explode, but he will have his moment. Yeah. And I was confident in his talent, but mostly in his ability to learn things and to discover things, and his vision. I knew he has a vision. And I always, because we're joking at home, doing the compliments one to another, and sometimes he wants me to say to him that he's talented, and I do think he's talented, but I think he's more visionary than talented, and this is very important. And I have very much confidence in his vision.
I think we're gonna finish on that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Go check out the podcast about David. His name is Goldcher. It's in the description below. You will. It's a very good complementary podcast to the one that you just listened with Irina. So what I like with David, one of the things I really like, I think he has like so much confidence in himself in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where basically he could even deal with speaking about other men of your past and everything, because he knows what he's worth, and that's really important. And I think as a man, it's a really good quality that he has. So I know David is really strong on that, and he doesn't even realize. I think just the women in general are seeing that from David. I think you notice that directly from him and everything. And since I know him 17 years, I know how women look at him and everything. So yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Very good choice.
Yeah, I know.
Thumbs up. I know you know. Thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We want more people, and welcome to the Irina's fans. If you are here till the end, you might have become, or you were already Irina's fans. Thank you, Irina. Mulțumesc. Spasiba.
Spasibo большое.
Spasiba большое. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
C'est super.
Merci à toi.
De rien.
Mulțumesc.
I always love to come to Romania to see you guys. Tonight we're gonna have a super nice night because we're gonna go to Promenada because Goldcher is mixing in one of the best location to mix in Bucharest. It's gonna be huge. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Ciao. Merci.
Ciao. Merci.
Ciao.